Lord's work in 1970 and became an independent, self-supporting ministry, I received a lot of persecution. I say persecution, I should say just rejection. I received rejection from my own brethren in the Seventh-day Adventist Church and people that I thought would understand. So I understood what he's saying. If you tell my sob story and stop telling your sob story and tell my sob story. So I said to him, Jesus, what's your sob story? And Jesus said to me, in my mind, Michael, they nailed me to a cross. And I said, oh yes, Lord, I know that was so terrible. If I'd have been there, I'd try to help you. And then he said to me, and then Jesus said to me, but Michael, that's not the worst thing they've ever done to me. And I said, Jesus, what could be worse than being crucified? And he said to me, Michael, they say I hurt and kill people, and I've never hurt or killed anybody. Well, I was shocked. I was surprised. And I realized that I'd been blaspheming the name of the Lord. Because the Lord says we are to be His witnesses. In all these years, I was being a false witness. I was telling people a lie. I was telling people that God destroyed all the people in the flood in Sodom and Gomorrah. And I felt terrible. I cannot describe my feelings. I just felt terrible, and I began weeping. And I realized all of the churches, all the pastors in all organized religion in the whole world is blaspheming God's name because they all teach that God kills people. So I was in my office in Portland, was close to the radio station. I was there by myself that day memorizing, and I began walking around the room, and I just was crying and crying for about 20 minutes. And then I finally stopped, and I realized how terrible this was, and I just got angry. I became angry. And I said, Lord, this is so terrible. I'm sorry. But we're going to make everybody pay for telling lies about you. And Jesus said, no, you don't want to do that. Just tell them the truth, that I am love, and I've never hurt or killed anybody. It was like Paul in Acts 9 when Jesus appeared to him and said, why, Paul, why, Saul, are you hurting me? And why are you doing this to me? and I felt like Saul of Tarsus.
Kaigua bunalilia Saulo asegeta ugia gokoro batumukiana ebuna Saulo liba umereta mono monena akarua akamumera akamubore asikiugonchana Saulo.
And so I began my investigation and my research, and I finally wrote my first manuscript in May 11th, 1977.
Aso mwaka wa 77 akana kuliga igie birengererio ngangaki ane na ikero kenda alemire aso monene.
And in this seminar, beloved, I am going to prove to you beyond the shadow of a doubt from the Holy Bible, King James, and I have other versions, but all I need is King James. I prove to you beyond the shadow of a doubt that God has never hurt or killed anybody.
Bono akamana kuwa ronya saka mukwanira ingangu chinde pobarokia amanene aikaro kene nonyana yo tarengereti ayani wetani birengereri biao nga tiligo ita onde.
Okay, that's my testimony. Thank you for listening.
Oh, you know, thank you.
Biamo na moi tino mo somo ya sa kwa mangana mai nganya sa tabi ko itonde no monto kwa to kwisia biamo no mo joreria ya sa cha wa senia ngang na ru ki tu ai lo ge ka tu ja ka ha asego
I don't want to tell them the bad news.
ai kita kwa di baga nene mara mito mito ka kwa nanchi akinya ali kama uga kara kwa ya kwa kai ta ni chio alende ali como ya le inde kwa raga ende and
So take my coat off if you don't mind.
no, we